All right. Hey guys. I need to finish reviewing yesterday. I did not finish reviewing yesterday last night. That is why you did not see a market recap from me. I believe this is on. Yeah. Um, it's so hard when you get tired. You get tired and it's not easy to finish the day and make the market recap. But anyway, I'm back today. We gotta finish things and finish reviewing the market for today. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoy. And we're gonna jump right into it. So, yeah. Um, I just gotta finish it. Happy Thanksgiving, by the way. But yeah. Let me move this over. Bang. Okay. So, yeah, I wanted to start out going top down. So, on the weekly, as I said before, we had the weekly gap. We ended up getting SMT with YM in the weekly gap. This was just fantastic confirmation that we were going to go higher. And let's go ahead and get my journal. My dream is to basically, since you guys know I have all the models for each of my different journals, right? So I have like monthly, daily pairing. Let me show you guys. So check this out. Now I'm gonna start listening to music real quick. But yeah, for each type of market maker model, for each time frame, I have a monthly key level, daily chart, market maker models. I have weekly 4-hour market maker models, daily 1 hour market maker models. So basically, the end goal is to constantly be always. Um, the end goal is to be in line with time and price always and have all the models framed within all the models all the time. But that would be incredibly hard. So far on the weekly, we might have this right. It's possible, but I don't know why. But everything's being kind of slow right now. But yeah, we ended up getting SSMT with this low, so this was a data low. It is always interesting to see, like, maybe I haven't looked at this before, but I want to see if we have maybe like a new month opening gap or a new year opening gap or something like that, which is an indicator that I've personally made myself. So I made this. Well, I had AI help me, but so you can see we used the 3-month event horizon at the bottom there, which is kind of cool. So this is a 3-month one. I kind of want, let's look at different ones, right? We have new month opening gaps. What up, Philophisant? How are you, bro? Look at new 6-month opening gaps. I'm looking at this because I never look at this. Explain what you're doing. Right now, I'm just looking at higher time frame, and then we're going to review the day. But I'm starting out on the higher time frame. Right now, I'm using this indicator I made. So, I had AI help me make a new version of the. So this normally just shows new week opening gaps. So like the gap between the close on Friday and the open on Sunday, that's what these purple bars are showing. Now, I had AI help me to remix that indicator to basically also show me the gap between a new month, the gap between the new 3 months, and basically I'm just looking at that right now. But for the most part right now, I'm just looking at higher time frame, and then I'm gonna go down to lower time frame, and then we're gonna look at trades we're just gonna look at yesterday in general. But I'm just enjoying looking at the high time frame right now. So yeah, so this was a data low. I meant, dude, yeah, heck yeah, bro. Heck yeah. So we had a SMT with this data low, so with the previous month's low data low. But yeah, and then I'm gonna review price action for later. So here for the actual day. But this was the higher time frame, right? We had a SMT with previous month's low, and we came into the bottom of the weekly gap. I have a video on this from a long time ago. I actually might want to show you guys, actually. But I have a video about this from a long time ago. Actually, I should show you guys. I'm going to show you guys. But hang on, let me get the previous month's low SMT. I know that there's probably no one watching, but you know what? Since someone's here, I'm going to show you this video that I made a long time ago. So let me show you this video I made a long time ago. So this is kind of exactly what happened. So a long time ago, I said if there's ever a key level that rests right at the bottom of a fair value gap, it's important to watch that. Let's go. There's 3 watching. So watch this. Look at this video, this short form video. Yeah, I made this a long time ago. But I think all of my videos are valuable. Like every single one of my short form videos going back to the day I started this YouTube channel, they're all so valuable. I mean, this was so long ago. I need to remake a new video on new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps. But and I need to, dude, I've been slacking on my thumbnails. I used to be so good at the short form thumbnails, and I think that's why those ones are doing. How do I even make them? Anyway, oh wait, this is what I want to show you. I need to figure out how to do short form thumbnails. Last night, I essentially caught the low of the day on my paper trading account on the Leap TradingView. I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it and what my thought process was behind it. So you may have seen this video where I talk about how the market loves to dig deep into higher time frame for value gaps. if you ever see a key level perfectly positioned right below a higher time frame for value gap, in this case it was an event horizon, but this could be like a new day opening gap, a new week opening gap, this could be just a regular order block, whatever key level, if you ever see it just perfectly positioned right below the bottom of a higher time frame for value gap, that's usually where the low will form, assuming you already know the higher time frame bias is expanding in that direction. So you guys get the point, right? If you ever see a key level resting at the bottom of your gap, in this case, this was on the high time frame, but same concept, and I'm instead of using new day opening gaps and new week opening gaps on the high time frame, I'm using new quarterly opening gaps. And so the midpoint between the opening gap of this quarter and that quarter, right? The midpoint between those opening gaps is called an event horizon. And yeah, it was a nice PD array for the bottom here. So let me show you the weekly gap, right? Weekly gap. And I'm merging these candles together. And then the EHPDA. You could even combine it to include that. And then all of a sudden, I'm gonna go back to the old one. All of a sudden it's like, wow, that is crazy, right? So this is higher time frame bias for recently. We've had a 12-hour inversion as well. So check this out. And if you want this, this is free right now. This is free. Eventually I want to make a package for all my indicators and make it part of my YouTube, the membership for my YouTube. But I don't have enough of them yet. So this is free right now. So yeah. But it's just because I want, if anyone wants to support me and get the extra and get extra stuff from me that I can provide, I want to be able to provide that, I guess. But we inverse this 12-hour gap here, and so that's another thing about this that's really nice. But I always help people completely for free all the time. So that's kind of what makes me different than most people, is they force people to buy their stuff. I'm like, no, if you want to, you can. You're watching Stranger Things Season 5? Heck yeah, bro. Dude, my family's been watching that too, and I feel like I need to rewatch everything, honestly. If you look a little bit next to it, you always find a small of a OB under at it. Look at it. Wait, if I look at a little bit next to it, you always find a small OB under it. Look at it. Wait, I'm so confused. Hey, thanks, bro. I appreciate it. So now you're starting to see this this idea get framed. It's starting to look kind of nice, huh? Right? We had this was the key level at the bottom of that gap, and then we inverse the 12-hour. So very well, possibly we could get a market maker buy model. But it's gonna need to depend on whether we inverse this gap, right? Because if we don't inverse this, we could go back lower. I mean, under the FVG. Well, there's a lot of FVGs under this. Alright, sounds good. See ya, Shani. This OB. Yeah, this OB here. So, anyway, 12-hour inversion. So yeah, we're gonna need to see, are we gonna break this external gap here or not? It's a nice 12-hour external gap. It's also an external BPR, and we're revisiting this opening gap. So if we get rejected, it'll probably be here, because now we just took out all the highs, and now we're within this new week opening gap. So this is kind of what happened, but now we're But I'm looking kind of in hindsight now, right? Now this is what happened, but now we're within this new week opening gap. Again, for the third time, and every single time we've come up against this, we've rejected. So I don't know, I'm just kind of like just looking around. Alright, I'm just going to screenshot this, put this in 12-hour, 4-hour models. There's not really a change in state. I mean, I guess maybe this. I see what you see now. Yeah. I guess maybe you could mark this out as change in state, and if so, then you could make the case that we are up 4 projections from this change in state. It's not the most obvious change in the state, but so good chance we, you know what, let's mark this out as change in state. So we align the weekly with the 4-hour, right? So with a weekly for value gap, we find a 4-hour CSD. Here's 4 projections within this new week opening gap. We completed the CRT as well. So honestly, there's a good chance that this gap, maybe we get a retracement now. Something to consider. Okay, I'm done looking at higher time frame now. I think we're gonna go to lower time frame, but it's interesting, right? So yeah, we've gone 4 projections up. So yeah, I'm wondering if we're gonna reject this this new week opening gap, and we also completed the CRT, right? So do you guys remember why I was talking about the CRT here? This was a 4-hour CRT. We did complete it. So there is a lot on the chart here, but okay, is there a way for me to simplify this? Like, obviously I want to make this simpler, but yeah, let's go ahead and mark this up like this. So I'm trying to make this look better so I can put this in my journal. So this can be cleaned up a little bit by this. Sometimes trading is like a little bit of art. Like I'm like trying to make it look all pretty and stuff. Bro, ChatGPT just helped me find a solid fair value gap indicator for an trader so I can customize the size of the gap. It's insane. That's awesome. Dude, ChatGPT helps me a lot too. Like I've made 3 really nice indicators now because of ChatGPT. Ignore the wick on the left side. Alright. Whoops. So can I post in Discord? Of course, bro. You can post whatever you want. I want to make this look nicer, but I feel like it's already so cluttered. Maybe, okay. Dude, I'm a perfectionist. I don't know why. Yes. You're new to fair value gaps? Yeah, man. Fair value gaps, they are key. Okay, we're gonna actually mark it out like this. I changed my mind. Dude, like, this is kind of art. This is kind of art to make it look good so it's readable. Like, I'm being serious. This is kind of art. How would you trade fair value gaps for a simple way? Yeah, so if you're looking to trade a fair value gap, it's not so simple. Like, if you want to actually trade a fair value gap, it's only under specific conditions where a fair value gap's actually going to work. Fair value gap's going to work after we take liquidity, we start aggressively getting displacement, and then there's an obvious draw on liquidity in the opposing direction. It is look just nice. Yeah. Alright. I think I got it. This is how I'm going to do this. Dude, okay, I like this now. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in my journal. Under a weekly 4 hours. So we might end up I would not be surprised if we end up rejecting this new week opening gap and retracing back into the range. Now that we've kind of already here. So where would the entry be at the top of the inverse gap to go long? Oh, you're talking about an inverse gap? Inverse gaps are different than trading regular fair value gaps. They're two different models. But yeah, so take out the swing low, then we get displacement. You're gonna want to see a fair value gap form. Once we get that displacement, that fair value gap after we get displacement, if there's an obvious draw on liquidity that's opposing, that fair value gap is going to be a optimal entry point. Put your stop loss past the high, or at the swing high or swing low, and then target the opposing draw on liquidity. What up, Sami? How's it going? Okay, so I am going to go ahead and screenshot this, put this in my journal. Bro, CRT confuses me. Please explain. Okay, I'll explain CRT. So, it was really nice actually this week. This entire week it gave me bias all week long, which is really nice. I'll show you CRT. Just gonna screenshot this first. So we might retrace off this new week opening gap. It kind of also depends. Like, are we getting SMT here? Are we above true opens? These are things I want to be looking at. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in weekly 4 hour. So yeah, I'll show you kind of actually. I was talking about CRT from the beginning of this past week. I was saying that the CRT was likely to play out. I don't know why my computer's being so slow, but I will actually show you a clip from my video on Monday, if it'll load. If it will load. Hello? Come on. So I'm going to show you a video from my clip from my video on Monday. So on Monday, I recommend watching this video. So let's see if I find the CRT where I talk about it. Yeah, here it is. You do top-down analysis, or at least this is a note for myself as well. It's very important that I do top-down analysis because we have, for instance, so CRT, a 4 hour range, we sweep out the low and then we close higher. So what does that tell us? That we're probably going to draw up to the other side. So side of this 4 hour range, right? So dude, my computer is being so slow. Okay, finally. So we have a range of candles. It can be a singular down close candle, or it can be a series of down close candles. So you want it to be an aggressive movement one way of either one single down close candle or a series of down close candles. Then what will happen is, so in this case I'm using these two down close candles together. Then what will happen is we'll sweep out the low of that candle range, right? That range of that series of 4 hour candles. And a lot of time it'll be a singular candle, but it also might be a series. And then we sweep out the low, we close higher. So now we know that we closed higher within this initial candle range. There's a significant probability, not necessarily 100%, but there's a significant probability that we will draw back up to the high of that candle range. So it could be a single down close candle, it could be a series, wait for one side to get taken and then close back up. Now we know the draw on liquidity is very likely the opposing end of that candle range. Does that make sense? So we mark out a range. It could be a singular candle. A lot of time you'll see this formation where you'll see you'll see this and then you sweep, close higher. So now we know, okay, the draw on liquidity is the high of these candles here. And you can see this is another example of CRT playing out where we have these two down close candles, sweep, close higher. The next candle, we know bias is going to be that high right there, right? Now that we swept out the lows, closed higher within this candle range, we know the bias is going to be this high. Does that make sense? All right, we gotta move on. Oh my gosh, why is my computer being so slow? Yes, perfect, thanks. Yeah, man, of course. Okay, so honestly, I've done a lot of analysis for Monday. I could reasonably make the market recap. Because for Wednesday, I've done a lot of analysis for Wednesday. I could maybe reasonably make the market recap because, man, it was very simple, right? We had a 4 hour gap. We know the market moves from internal range liquidity to external range liquidity. meaning market moves from fair value gaps to highs and lows. So we have a 4-hour fair value gap. We have an external CRT high here. So we know bias is going to be to draw up to that CRT high, that 4-hour CRT high. So IRL to ERL, dropping down to a 15-minute chart here. Just very simple IRL to ERL. You guys see why this is a simple IRL to ERL play, right? A 4-hour gap. We've been displacing higher. We have an external high. So what is this? Internal range liquidity, meaning a fair value gap. IRL is a fancy name for fair value gap. Internal range liquidity to where? That external high. So this is ERL, right? So this is how you get the bias, is by identifying I can't speak. By a simple identification of, okay, we have a fair value gap here and a high here. So the market's going to draw from a fair value gap to a high. Very simple, but it's very, very effective. And I think I even marked this all out. But yeah, very simple IRL to ERL. You can see CRT playing out again right here at 10 o'clock. Do you see this 10 o'clock CRT in play? We have a down close candle. We sweep out the low, close back within it. We know the drawn liquidity is now this high here. Kind of cool. And then you can see CRT playing out again right here, right? We have a series of down close candles. It closes back within that range. We know the drawn liquidity is the high of the series of down close candles. So you can see CRT play out at least, yeah, these 2 separate times, which is crazy. Okay. So I'm going to mark this out as 4-hour IRL to ERL. Easily helps define bias. So, and I want to show you guys these low time frame CRTs as well, right? So both of these were cool, right? You see, we have a series of down close candles. The low of that range gets swept. So here's the series of down close candles. Look how perfectly we go up to that, by the way. It's kind of crazy. So the low of that gets swept. So this is our, here. This is our candle range. So 15-minute candle range. Here. Do I have a template for this? Let's see. Maybe like CRT range or something. Yeah. I should make this darker. So yeah, there's that CRT range. We have a sweep of the low. And the CRT high. Do you see how perfectly we go up there? Then we have another one, right? Here, I'm going to mark everything out. So CRT range, manipulation. Manipulation, and then take the high or the low of that manipulation candle, whichever is lower in this case. Mark that out. So here's your entry. Within this range, you want to look to enter. Where's G? I need to delete that template, bruh. What the heck? Oh my. I have so many templates. Hey, it's all a process. Where's G? I can't find G again. Right, so now, there we go. So I will go on the lower time frame, and it'll be more clear in just a second. And you'll see what I'm saying. But it's important I mark this out on the 15-minute first. Very, very effective. Then same exact thing. Take the low or the high, whichever is lower. I mean the close or the open, whichever is lower. And then you look for an entry below that. Okay, so you see what I'm saying now? So there's that 15-minute candle range. There's that 15-minute candle range. We sweep out the low. We sweep out the low. And we drop to the high. Okay, screenshotting both of these. And then we'll go down to a lower time frame and we'll show how you could take in both of those. Oh, wait, let's draw this out better. Do what? Okay. So 2 CRTs back to back here. High time frame view. And then we'll go down to a lower time frame. So like let's just say like the 3-minute or the 2-minute, I don't know, or 1 minute. We'll see. So I believe the range was like this. Here, let's actually mark this out on a 1 minute. So this was like 3 candles, so it should be from 6:30 to 6:45 to 7 to 7:15. Okay. So there's manipulation of the candle range. So we get that CRT low, get swept. And then on the next candle, so on 7:30, bang, there's our Genesis entry, right? Now we draw back up to the CRT high. Okay, so there's one. Same thing here. So we have 9:30. Wait, no. It's not including 9:30. It's only this one was only one candle, so it was 9:45 to 10. We got a sweep of that low. So 10, 10:15, and then starting at 10:15, there's our Genesis entry. Now you can see both of these on the low time frame and see how both of them played out. And we can look for a line time from change state of delivery out of these. So I can go to, since this is a 15-minute Genesis entry, I can look for 1 minute change in state. Or I don't even know, maybe even a 30-second. So this is the first CRT. I know this is the second CRT on the low time frame. So second CRT, 15-minute CRT on the 1 minute. And then we have another CRT here. Whoops. So first CRT, 15-minute CRT on the 1 minute. Alright, you guys get what I'm saying though. And then we can look for, and I'll show you guys how you could take the Genesis entry and then also the what is it called? The Genesis Plus entry. In just a second after I use the bathroom. So, okay. So CRT will usually give like 2 or 3R if you don't use time frame alignment. If you do use time frame alignment, it can give like 5 or 6R. So, I'll show you guys what I mean. Will usually give like, I don't know, like 3 to 7R or like 3 to 8RR. So, or I'll do like, hopefully this makes sense. So, in this case, so to take this CRT right here with no time frame alignment, you just enter, so wait for the right time, so 7:30, you take the entry right at 7:30. Once we take the low of the of that manipulation candle, stop loss, make sure stop loss goes below that candle 2, because you never know, sometimes you sweep that low of candle 2. And then yeah, this one was 3.7R. So this is Genesis model. So 7:30 Genesis on the 1 minute. And then here's Genesis Plus. So since this is a 1 minute Genesis entry, we can align this with a 15-second change in state. So 15-minute CRT, 1 minute Genesis entry, 15-second change in state out of it. Oh, whoops. Go away. Go away. Oh, that's the second one. Here's the first one. Okay, so 7:30. Why is it being so slow? I don't know. There's not really an obvious one, but it's okay. Oh. So you're not considering this valid until 7:30 because that's when the candle forms, right? So then I like this candle right there. Oh, you know what? I forgot it. For the Genesis model, I need to put 15-minute dash 1 minute. And then 15-second CSD. So then, see what I'm saying? With this, now we just upped our RR to like probably like 1.5 or 2x what we had before. So I'd probably enter on that. Probably stop below the low. Now I don't know. Maybe it's the same. Okay, it's very slightly more RR, and yeah, still. What do I think is the next move, like on the high time frame? Or on the low time frame? On NQ? I'll have to take a look. So here's Genesis Plus, where I'm aligning time frames with the Genesis entry. 741. High time frame. Okay. All right. I'll look at that. I just want to finish screenshotting these. So Genesis Plus, aligning the 15-minute with the 1 minute with the 15-second. Okay, let's just really quickly. I want to journal this one first. So same thing with this one, right? You can enter starting at 10:15. You can enter the Genesis entry with stop below the low. Thank you. Yeah. We'll take a look at it in just a second. I need to finish the freaking the journaling of this because yeah, it's important. So no entering until the manipulation candle closes, which would not be until 10:15. And then here's the regular Genesis, right? Stop somewhat below the low, like that, and then yeah, this one's 2.8. Like I said, you're not necessarily gonna get insane RR on those regular ones. So yeah. So I'll probably make the next video like how to trade CRT, honestly. So this is 10, 16, Genesis, 15-minute, aligning with the 1 minute. And as well, we can align this with the 15-second. As I said, this was the trade I wanted to take for Wednesday, but Top Step was down, so I couldn't, which was so annoying. Like that, I kid you not, I was so annoyed. But anyway, it's whatever. So this is Genesis Plus, where we wait for change in state. So this is at 10:26. This was also 369 time. Plus 15 minute, 1 minute, 15 second. All right. Oh, and it was a 9. Okay, saving that. Okay, we'll look at the high time frame again. So, as I said, the 12-hour did inverse, but right now in the short term, you have to also remember that we're within this new week opening gap. So what am I talking about? Well, we talked about how we swept out the data low with SMT, with YM, delivering from that weekly gap. We talked about all that. We've reached the CRT high. The 12-hour right here, this did inverse. But just remember that now we're within this external gap. So this could remain somewhat high resistant now that we're within this external gap. And let's just look around here. Where is the... Yeah, so we're above the point of control, meaning the point of most transactions or most volume. And oh, there's a massive liquidity pool resting below this low. So, like, as much as I said that we had that weekly gap with previous month's low S&T, if the market finds any reason to reject this external gap with high resistant liquidity, we could go lower. It's very, very possible. I'm looking to see, okay, what? So this is obviously a massive liquidity pool. So I will add this to my journal in whatever it's called, and I guess daily models. So liquidity pool. We obviously have that new week opening gap still. We've swept out the highs of this consolidation. Hang on a second. So yeah, so let's mark this out, right? Possible high resistant liquidity, new week opening gap. So you can see how we're coming up against that new week opening gap, high resistant liquidity. We have this external gap. You can consider this a 4-hour external gap. So 4-hour external gap. And then also overlapping with this new week opening gap. Maybe I should call it a 12-hour gap. Maybe I should call it a daily gap. I'm thinking. Let's look at true opens as well. So we have, obviously we had the true month open right here. So this is true month open. We have now came back up to it. So there's true month open. And now, ooh, we got to see if there's SMTs. Very, very important, right? So, I'm glad you asked me this because I think this is very valuable. I think we're getting SMTs above here. I'm very glad you asked me this because I think this is valuable. So now I can just pull up the indicator and now it's going to tell me everything. I need to add true month open to the indicator. Then we also have true week open here. You see we're above the true opens. No SMT right with this high. So That's interesting. Oh, let's turn on the SMT indicator. There actually just might not be any SMTs, which surprising a little bit. Yeah, there's just no SMT at all. So I don't know if that's a red flag or not, but something to consider. But we popped above. Cheers. Are you leaving? All right. Peace out. I guess I'm doing higher time from analysis alone. So. All right. It's a 4 hour for value gap. I'm kind of thinking. I'm kind of thinking this maybe could stay high resistant. Then again, it depends. If we get energetic displacement to continue higher, then that could be the case. Yeah, I'm probably gonna lean bearish. Oh, nice. Let's go. We're above true week open. So and then from there, right, we'll probably manipulate true day open, blah 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 blah, whatever else might be the case. I am surprised there's no SMT. But a big reason for why I could come to this conclusion is because, well, I'm not even saying anything yet. Weekly did change state of delivery. That's a pretty objective claim. Three-week. Dude, could you imagine this is the start of a giant move down all the way to here? To me, this is kind of seeming 2022 model-ish. Like, maybe, right, we got a sweep, we broke, or we got displacement lower. Then again, I don't know, I'm just thinking. It's really going to depend how the market interacts with this external gap. I'm not going to lie. Based off of that is whether we go continue up or probably lower. We did inverse the 12-hour. Then we get SMT with YM at the high. That is a important thing to remember is we have SMT with YM at the high here, right? Then again, we have a more recent SMT with YM at the low. Dude, honestly, I don't know, but I think this external gap will at least give us a retracement. I would say that. Like, maybe, let me draw this out. Yeah, at least to here, I would say. Dropping down back below true weak open. I would say this is probably the next thing, and then from there, I don't know. I'll have to keep doing more analysis. So with that being a 4-hour gap, yeah, let's go ahead and screenshot this. Just an idea. It's a 4-hour supercharged gap because we've used it once, twice. This will be the third time. Okay, so I think this is somewhat possible. We get a move back here. I'll just draw an arrow as a nah, I'm not gonna draw any arrows. So I'll put this in 4 hours. So I'll put this in 4-hour, 15-minute. Or no, I should probably put this in 4-hour. Weekly 4-hour. Yeah, because we're looking at the 4-hour chart, so I gotta put it in weekly 4-hour. But I can go down to the 15-minute and say, okay, what's going on here, right? And then I can clearly see on the 15-minute that we probably formed a rejection block. Yeah, right here. Anyway, I guess that dude's gone, so it doesn't really matter. So I should probably just stop looking. I need to look at what happened yesterday. But yeah, I think now I would be I'd have a little bit more conviction if there was a bearish SMT, and I don't think there is. But well, actually, maybe with this. Anyway, I mostly just want to go down to the lower time frame and review yesterday. That's kind of what I was doing. People distract me so easily, bro. But yeah, I really do think yesterday was really nice. just all in all, just clear day, IRL to ERL all day long. From this 4 hour gap to this 15-minute BPR, we can frame another buy model off of this. We can even frame it out like this, merging these candles. So from there, 15-minute BPR, we can go drop down, look for a 1-minute change to stay up. There was probably inversion for value ups to the upside. So we ended up getting a sweep here, inducement into that rejection block. I honestly think I'm ready to film the market recap. I'm probably going to go ahead and film it. I think I got enough review in. And yes, I still plan on filming market recap for yesterday. So I'm going to go ahead and film that right now. Let's go ahead and see how many people are watching, and then I'm going to end the stream. And then, yeah. Then I'll film this market recap. Still got to finish my spreadsheet from yesterday, but all right, let's go. 4 people watching. All right, I'm gonna end the stream, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully, you guys found it valuable in any way. And let's see if I can make this big or not. Yeah, there we go. All right, and I'm gonna film this market recap. Everyone go like it, and yeah, everyone like it when it comes out, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out.